Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Leroy Jenkins versus Team Midnight?
Threat Level Midnight.
Threat Level Midnight. Yes. And we can already see Shampoo. I don't know. It's a blurry screen. I blame Ben's monitor.
It's the stuff that you use to wash your
using
hair.
a television monitor as a monitor.
There's actually a lot of really good puns you can make with shampoo.
Horrendous. Shampoo?
Yeah, one time I was actually casting a game.
Me.
I would use one, but I feel like I want to save it for future reference, just in case.
And Leroy Jenkins actually grouping up a little bit in the bottom lane as Arknights. Like he might want to try to make a gank onto Tweedum for a name and Roy Legend, but they are going to back off. And after that 20-minute pause, I'm wondering what these players are thinking.
You know, it does help them recuperate. It might be actually good for Threat Level Midnight, you know, it'd be like, what's going wrong right now? We're down by CS, you know, where does Sophus have to actually, you know, go to help apply pressure on the map? Especially with Lee Sin, because Lee Sin is, you know, early game pressure, especially compared to Vi. You know, Vi is more towards the team side, so, you know, could help them, you know, recuperate. And right now, yeah, Leroy Jenkins actually, just to tell you, has really been far ahead. It's mainly been from the solo lane farm, but there's been some good kills and engages as well.
And actually, that's the bot turret finally going down. True Shot Barrage clearing the minions as well. To me, it looks like Banana Uyu wants to try to make a play for the Dragon with Arknights. There is a ward, a pink ward, at Dragon, so that will be cleared for Threat Level Midnight. We'll have to see if anything comes of this quick aggression.
You know, we're also actually on stream.
Yes, and yes.
So
Fui jumping onto Shampoo does have his Undying Rage, but is just going to force Shampoo back in the meanwhile.
That's the one lovely thing about a live event, is we're in the casting group, we're actually right next to the audience and at all.
We have Do Not Disturb on like every monitor.
And the greatest thing was too is he's actually one of the casters who's on the booth, so he actually knows the Do Not Disturb
BT
sign.
Dubs. Do you guys want a distraction?
It's okay. Yeah, that's the live event. Actually, it looks like Leroy Jenkins actually going for the first dragon of the game right now.
And with Tryndamere pushing in that top lane, that means Shampoo's going to have to... Whoa! Whirling Death almost getting a steal.
It would have gotten the steal too because Arknight actually missed his smite. But fortunately enough, there's enough burst damage coming out of Hooch. So you know, it's secure anyway. Oh, looks like Sothis actually coming up.
Scary Sothis catches Fui. He manages to make it over the wall. Whoa, Sothis misses the Sonic Strike, kicks him back into the turret by going to the Golems. I suppose that was actually a pro play, but Fui is ghosting away.
They're not going to
be able to escape. It flashes forward. Oh, but Fui spins away. Will Sothis land? He makes a huge Iron Will, lands the resonating strike, going to throw down the distance. The spear catches Fui. Sothis picks up the kill.
Alright, well when I said they weren't going to catch it, I thought he would have a spinning strike. And then Sothis actually used the flash, which is interesting. I mean, it was worth eventually.
Dedicated to the kill, and he certainly is going to be rewarded because of it.
Well, the one problem is now Leroy Jenkins actually pressuring up the mid lane and the bot lane while that was happening. They sent 3 up top, and so Leroy Jenkins able to take up objectives elsewhere in the map, even claiming the blue.
Clever play out of Banana Uyu and Hooch. They recognize that Sothis was in the top lane, so they take the enemy blue, just shut down Sothis, deny Omizu those unlimited spears.
You know, I can imagine actually right now the team chat for that Banana Uyu and Hooch were getting is like Banana's like, I want this blue, I want this blue. Ezreal blue is really well, I mean, works really well too. Heartbeat's just like, no, I'm gonna stop taking this mid tower. I want it myself.
I will command Shockwave this blue if you do not give it to me.
He's the kind of person who would do that. I know him.
And Roy Legend clearing out that pink right there. Roy is doing pretty good as well, picking up an ancient coin, working towards that new Talisman of Ascension for that hard engage potential.
Yeah, and he's actually clearing out all these pink wards that were there. I mean, of course, the pink wards, they were there to claim.
Hooch catching Roy Legend out of position with boots and mobility, lands a quick snare, but isn't going to be able to punish him for it. Fui picking up Static Shiv is just going to burn down Shampoo as ignited, but here's Arknight coming in from behind. Good ward placement, Assault and Battery locking down Shampoo. He throws down the dunk, but Undying Rage certainly going to keep Fui alive. He has nothing to worry about in the meanwhile. Hooch got a kill on Nidalee.
This is a 5-3 Tryndamere. Darius is good at shutting down Tryndamere when Tryndamere is 0-0-0. But once Tryndamere starts to get the Static Shiv ready, that's like 4, he's not going to be able to 1v1 anymore.
Whirling Death clearing out a bit of minions while Leroy Jenkins shove up the mid. This is their 4th turret right now. It is 13-5, and whoa, Destins lands onto Hooch. He's caught way far forward, but is just going to walk away as Arknight's charging that Vault Breaker. Tibbers getting smitten
Hooch actually took that more as like, hey, you grabbed me, that's gonna like almost like a flash. I'm gonna cast Tibbers on you. Unfortunately, it wasn't. You know, all the rest of Leroy Jenkins wasn't there to respond to it, but he got out alive. At least.
It's not exactly something you see every day. Engaging on a death sentence instead of retreating from it.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, a creative play out of Hooch. It was a solid disengage, and they did get that turret because of it. In the meanwhile, Fui also took a top turret too, so it's now 5 turrets to 0, a 9,000 gold lead in favor of Leroy Jenkins.
This is a really bad position for threat level Midnight. Their comp is really around the siege, especially with Nidalee. That's why you take a Nidalee so that you're able to siege down tower. It's a little bit interesting, their comp. It has like all sorts of different things.
Pretty far forward. Let's see if we do get the stand aside. Yes, Arcane Shift is available, so he's going to make it. Gets flayed back. The box goes down, but Banana Uyu flashes out of True Shot Barrage, comes out too dumb for a name, managing to land another axe. He manages to get up a barrier, keeps Banana alive, and now Roy out of position is going to go down. Omizu wants to try to pick up kill. He jumps on the Hooch. Might get Hooch. He's stunned. But, doesn't get the juke. Omizu throwing down a ward, going to go for the kill. Yes, he picks up a Douglas Hill. We're getting Arcane Shifted. A huge Sonic Strike lands on Banana Uyu, and he falls.
All right, well, that was a good fight for threat level Midnight. It was 3 for 2, so it was a disadvantage. But when you're this far behind, any kill is really worth it. The gold, you just want to, get some more gold and slow down their push. They stop them from pushing down at mid. Now Sothis gets all the farm at bot.
Sothis definitely needs it. He does only have his Spirit of the Ancient Golem, doesn't have a Sight Stone quite yet for that ward mobility. But it appears that he's going to be picking up a Brutalizer in just a moment. He has those 2 longswords, and Fui is just undaunting in this top lane, picking up the Bilgewater Cutlass to go with his Static Shield, shredding down Shampoo's health. Shampoo building all armor to deal with Fui, and it seems like even that isn't enough.
There really isn't an answer for threat level Midnight.
Fui coming in from behind, and a huge dunk landing on Dying Rage, being burned, but Dissonance slowing down Fui. He's not going to be able to make it out of this one. Sonic Wave catches, he's spinning away. Let's see if the Sonic Wave will hit. So this doesn't have the flash this time. And whoa, another Iron Will forward, and he manages. So close, narrowly misses. Arknight's charging a Vault Breaker in the meanwhile, possibly going for an invade with Hooch.
I was gonna say there's no answer for Fui 1v1. That's what threat level Midnight needs to do is they go and gank him, but with the Lee Sin. But if they can't get the kill, it just means they're wasting time that they could be using elsewhere on the map.
That's time that they desperately need as Leroy Jenkins already capitalizing on that split push. Tryndamere grouping up in the bottom lane to siege that turret. Of course, Dragon is going to spawn in about 40 seconds, so I feel like their game plan is try to take that turret and then rotate down towards Dragon. They know they have a team fight advantage, even without Tryndamere.
Draven using
Banana Uyu is so strong.
Whirling Depth to try and clear out the minion waves, but it's not strong enough. They're still going to have minions here. I think everyone is here, though. Only Fui is not at this bot lane right now.
Here comes threat level Midnight. Heartbeat pretty far forward, but Ancient Coin, or Talisman of Ascension, going to allow the disengage.
Yeah, that's the one advantage that right now that Hooch actually has over Roy Legend is he has that talisman that's able to really make for Leroy Jenkins. But here we go, Fui engaging on Shampoo.
Throwing down healthy amounts of damage, going to rely on the Bilgewater Cutlass to keep him alive. And whoa, a huge engage goes in. Sothis tries to keep Banana Uyu back in. A Command Shockwave catches Too Dumb and Sothis. They fall almost immediately. This is now Roy and Omizu defending the turret, but against Arknights and Orianna, I don't think they're going to be successful. Banana just wants to take the turret. Fui in the meanwhile, healing up on those minions while continuing to distract Shampoo. Let's see if he will go down. Does have the Undying Rage, so Shampoo is going to have to be careful. Dunk any second now will not be enough to bring him down. And Undying Rage is blown. Shampoo being clever, saving his Noxian Guillotine. Flashes forward. But the bleed is ticking away. Fui heals up. Roy Legend coming in from behind. Fui continuing to retreat. He's going to make it over the wall. Let's see if he will escape. But Fui is also getting flanked from Omizu as well, so Fui has got to be careful in the meanwhile. The rest of Leroy Jenkins wants to try to take Dragon. They do succeed. Omizu coming in, possibly going to catch Fui. He's going to be able to spin past everyone. A huge juke goes down, takes a spear, gets caught with the death sentence, is going to die to Omizu.
That was a clutch death sentence, and now they can actually take this moment. I mean, they lost the Dragon. Heartbeat is actually rotating up to defend it, but I think they'll be able to get this first tower for threat level Midnight right here.
This is going to be a huge morale boost. Omizu, he doesn't get the turret. That's got to be so painful. 18-8, a 12,000 gold lead now in favor of Leroy Jenkins. And holy cow, look at that Heartbeat engaging on Omizu.
Directed. Well, that's a long lantern right there.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going to point out that fight that happened for the whole Fui chase actually gave Heartbeat his first 3 stacks on his Magi Soul Stealer.
Oh, lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy.
And if you've watched any of Heartbeat's actually past collegiate games, you know he loves to stack items. He used to actually be known for his Morgana, where he would build Leviathan at a point where he was confident he would not die. That's what he does with all his stack items. He buys the Magi Soul Stealer when he knows he won't die because it's so cost efficient, and he'll know he'll always be there during the team fights to get at least 4 to 5 stacks.
And he is certainly building those up already. We can see he's at, what is that, 3 stacks? Unclear monitor.
I think you have to actually click
it out. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's 3 stacks I believe right now. Yeah, it's 3.
3 stacks. Yeah. But again, threat level Midnight. They're feeling behind. They're currently 12,000 gold behind. They've lost out on 2 dragons, and it appears that they're about to lose out on Baron as Fui and Arknights are just shredding through it. Fui, with the completed Blade of the Ruin King and Static Shiv, is just doing so well. I love how he's kiting or moving in between his attacks just to help proc that Static Shiv that much faster.
Yeah, and they're just going to get this uncontested right now. It looks like Threat Level Midnight actually kind of suspected something. They did not have they did have a ward sort of in that area, so they did know, but they just didn't respond fast enough where they could have attempted to steal it. But it was a good Baron by Leroy Jenkins.
Absolutely, Leroy doing pretty well. Heartbeat going for the Wraith Steal. Shampoo can't even farm in his own jungle anymore.
It's the small things. It's the small things that just demoralize you even more when Shampoo can't even farm his own Wraiths and where Heartbeat just steals it away. It just doesn't feel good.
Banana Uyu going to be finishing off a significant component of that Infinity Edge. Does have a BF sword. To dump for a name only with the Bloodthirster to his name. 22 minutes into a game. Does he have enough gold for any more components? No, he does not. That's a lot of damage that Draven should be doing, but isn't, just because he's that much farther behind. Currently 1-4-0.
Yeah, when you just look at the straight up items, they're winning right there. You know, Bloodthirster only on Draven, but for Banana he has the Last Whisper, and that's just one thing is Draven really excels in those duels, and that's what could have been an answer to Fui's Tryndamere had Too Dumb for a Name not gone so far behind. He could be up in the top lane instead of Shampoo, dueling against Tryndamere.
And again, we're starting to see Leroy Jenkins siege up in the mid lane. Fui, again, nowhere to be seen, but it doesn't matter as Heartbeat is just doing so much damage. Arknight's getting those excellent engages. Banana Uyu's mobility is so difficult to keep up with. His arcane shifts are shredding through the targets that he needs. Fui going to get to the turret. Let's see if we are going to see the engage. There is still Baron on Leroy Jenkins.
There's 3. He's actually at the bot tower.
Getting caught by Sothis. Just going to back away, but now with Sothis out of position, they might try to take the mid turret. Banana Uyu taking a big spear to the face.
That's why you buy Bloodthirster, you're just going to heal it up on the minions next wave. But it looks like Fui's just going to keep going down at this bot tower, not giving up. So this is going to try and deter him a little bit, though.
Fui is absolutely undeterred, continuing to push forward, actually shredding through with 2 quick crits on Sothis. But Sothis, because he continues to disengage from the rest of his team, I expect to see Hoops going with the Flash Tippers any second. Now there it goes, immediately catching Omizu. Omizu gets low. Assault and Battery managing to lock him down long enough to pick up the kill. Too Dumb for a Name goes down as well. Fui joining the fight on Shampoo. His target that he's been focused on all game gets another kill. Command Shockwave bringing Sothis back in, and that's an ace for 1.
And that looks like this game, Leroy Jenkins really staying true to their name and just going right for the tower dive, ending this game right here. They're going to go on to the next tower right now.
I'm a bit disappointed. I didn't hear anyone shout Leroy when that team fight happened.
We must have to talk to the team after this game. This is going to be a best of 3. I believe that was game 1, so there will be a next game. I'm not sure if people will be streaming it on. We have to talk to the management here, but it looks like game 1 going to Leroy Jenkins over Threat Level Midnight.
Now that game 1 is done, we're going to take a break for just a few minutes and see what's going on with that next game. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, my name is Dom Casterseta. Dom Casterseta Romer. I know my name. I can manage that. What?
Okay. Shift F 4, 5.
That's the one. Hey, that's us. Dom Casterseta Romer, joined by Ben Carmelal Young.
Yep.
And we'll be right back.
Yep.